live. Hi, you guys. It's a little chilly in this office, but I'm gonna make do. I'm here on time. I told you guys I was going live today. Let me kind of wait. I'm waiting for people to get here. What's up, you guys? How's everybody doing tonight? I posted on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. How are you? Are you ready for the live? I'm excited. Okay, hold on. Well, I'm scared to use it. I was gonna use my new microphone, but I'm afraid. I just don't want any technical difficulties. So I'm good. The sound is usually good with me going live. So I'm just gonna deal. But anywho, this will be available for replay. So if you didn't catch me live, the replay will be up. I want to just go ahead and get into it. I don't want to lag and mess around too long before we get into what I'm going to be talking about. I plan on talking about, write this down because I almost forgot. Okay. I'm going to be talking about Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos, and Amazon and Vogue. There's a lot going on there. I'm going to be talking about Mariah the Scientist and Kali Uchis, Sha'Carri. I think we should talk about Dion and LeVar. I'm going to add that. I'm going to talk about Yaya, NBA YoungBoy, and Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to be talking about Dr. Dre. Oh, yeah, just briefly, though. Clarissa and Papoose, Krishan, the American economy a little bit, Glorilla, and Dion and LeVar. So let me think about where I want to start first. I really want to start with, let's save some of this until more people come in. Let's start with real life American economy. How is that treating you guys? You know, I always ask you guys, are you working? How's the job market? Hi. I always ask you guys, thank you for joining. I always ask y'all, how is your real life going? Real life is it is what it is. Hi, you guys. The number just jumped up like crazy. Hi, welcome. I'm still at the very beginning. I was here on time, ready to record. So if you just got here, welcome. It's not too late. I just went down the list of topics that I plan on talking about, but I haven't gotten into any of them yet. We're just starting off with real life. How is life treating you? Are you good? I always want to talk about the economy because it's going through it right now. The housing market is correcting itself. There's still work that needs to be done, but we're not all the way there yet. The economy, I'm trying not to let it, okay, the numbers in here are weird. For the economy, hi, you look familiar. Yes, hello, Michelle. With the economy, I'm trying to let it beat me up too much because I can always find work. I think a lot of people are in my position where they just want meaningful work. Hi, Linda. Thank you for mentioning that. So I was just telling my mom, I was like, I don't want to work retail anymore. I've been blessed to work luxury retail for the majority of my time in the industry, but I'm just so over it. I don't want to do it, but stay strong. Shout out to you for trying and doing what you can. Me personally, I'm completely over it. I'm tired. The job market is bad. I've been able to still find work. I live in a city where the economy is pretty good. I live in Texas. The economy is pretty good here. What job do you have or do you not have one? I started a job yesterday and I quit. We might as well just get on that after this. I started a job yesterday that I really wanted to work out, but I quit because it was stressful. I had started doing delivery for Amazon. That should tell you enough. And I did that because I wanted something where it was like just me. I could just focus, do what I had to do, like get money, stack money, like, and just focus, right? I thought it was perfect because I don't always feel like being bothered with people and like office politics, and people can just be a lot. Customers can be a lot. I just don't, I'm tired. I don't feel like dealing with people like that anymore. And so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like deliver packages. That'll be great. And that was like so not great. Like it was a lot. And it started pouring down rain and I left. I was like, I'm going home. Like I wasn't about to put up with that shit. But I can like I go through jobs cuz I can find them so easily, and like I don't have to stay. So if I'm not liking it, I just leave. It's also bad at my house right now. It's hard. Yeah, the economy is fucking crazy right now. But it could be worse. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are online like I can't find a job. I can't find a job. I feel like I can find a job, but I'm having a hard time finding like meaningful work. Like high paid, meaningful work. And when I say high paid, I don't mean like, oh, I have to be making like six figures. Like I'm just anything like 65 plus is not out there right now. Like not for anybody black if you're gonna be not being hired by black people. Do you live in America? Amazon delivery, yeah. For me personally to do customer service, but for the Amazon. I mean you could. I mean, you could do customer service for Amazon. That probably is a much better look than doing delivery. And I don't think the delivery job is a bad gig at all. I think that the expectations are just psychotic. Um, but I don't think it's a bad job. Um, I'm praying for you, Michelle. I hate that, thank you for being vulnerable, but I'm really hoping that, God comes through. Please continue to stay in prayer. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm blessed to have like to be able to find work, but like not every job is a good job. Not every job I want. Like, no, I don't want to work retail. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you, Michelle and Helena. Hi. I don't want to work retail. I don't want to like I just don't. It would be great to like get like a normal, I don't know. I'm just so over it, you guys. Like work is so fucking stupid. Just the idea of it is stupid, especially if you're not doing anything. Like I think a lot of times jobs are strategically made. I'm in my late 20s. Jobs are strategically made to like not be enjoyable. That's something that is interesting that you brought up. I do believe, because I know Florida is doing really good too, and Florida is also a Republican state. So, the Republican states have been doing pretty good. As far as California, I know they're a Democratic state. I don't know how their economy is doing. I know that people are still moving and that home prices are still crazy and that taxes are still crazy, but I don't know too much about the job market. I feel like they do have a very strong economy overall. They have a bustling job market. There's a lot of different industries there, and the pay is high, but the cost of living is really high too. So it's just about what you want. Are you with somebody? No, I'm not with anybody. Single. Um, so yeah, y'all. The economy's crazy. I but I'm still very blessed because a lot of people again like can't work anywhere, that nobody's calling them back. I don't have that problem. I don't want dog food. I don't want the crumbs. Like I've earned more and I want more. So I don't want. Yeah, we can get into cloning. We're going to get into cloning. Um we're just starting off with like real life shit. Blueface, I think Blueface and Tory Lanez are being cloned. Okay, we've been here for 10 minutes. Yeah, you guys, real life is lifing, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here today. Okay, we were just talking about Amazon. Let's go ahead and get into top of the top. Lauren Sanchez, Vogue, Amazon, Jeff Bezos. So I want to start off with my theory that because I felt like this yesterday. When I started that delivery job, I said to myself, the the expectations are purposely made to be crazy to justify why they plan on replacing humans with more technology. So I feel like in the future, because they're already trying to get like robot delivery drivers for 18 wheelers or like self-driving 18 wheelers. Have you guys heard of this stuff? Like, drones. Again, just using more technology and less human labor to be in the transportation and delivery industry. And that's why, because what I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure many of you have heard about working at Amazon, whether in the warehouse or as a delivery driver. And that conversation around them is, their reputation is earned because Amazon wants people to work like, I feel like my skin, I think it's just me. Amazon, right. Hi, welcome in, Elijah. I feel like Amazon, even in the warehouse, because like when you're a delivery driver, you don't really work for Amazon. You work for, hi, welcome from Brazil. Oh, wow. I don't know Portuguese, so I don't know if hola is how you say hello in Portuguese. But I'm glad that I know that people from Brazil speak Portuguese. They don't speak Spanish. Hey, what's up, Dion? So good to see you. Okay, what'd you do for Amazon? I have been in the warehouse before a couple years back, and I was telling the earlier crowd that I tried to do delivery yesterday, and that shit was a lot. I don't speak neither. I know some French, just a few words. You did delivery. How was that? Please spill. So I was telling, I don't know how long you've been here, Dion, but I was telling the rest of the chat that I believe that Amazon is purposely setting like really high expectations for yeah, but retail is too. A lot of jobs are draining. Office jobs are draining. They can be, depending on what you do at the office. But if like what I was doing before I got into what I'm doing now, before I left, try to do delivery, I was working like a very like mundane, like just dry office job, and I hated it because you just do the same thing over and over and over again every day. And my coworkers weren't the worst, but they weren't the best. But they don't really matter. It wasn't even about them. It was just like I did not sign up to do this job. I'm from America, Arthur. Um, I don't necessarily think office jobs are for lazy people. I mean, they can be, but I mean, I don't know about all that. I mean, there's some truth to that. And that's why I wanted to do Amazon delivery because I don't want to just sit down all day. I wanted to walk around, get up, I don't mind being active and there's nobody bothering you. Like, so I thought it was great. But they thought I was moving too slow. I had to do like 180 packages yesterday, and I just couldn't do it. It started pouring raining and I just couldn't do it. But I think that I was trying to tell Dion, I think that, like I was telling you guys, I think that they're purposely making it really shitty so that way they can be like, our drivers, it's not working out. We're just gonna get robots or we're gonna get drones or, you know what I mean? Hi, welcome in from Brazil. There's a lot of Brazilians here tonight. Hi. Um, yeah, I mean, okay, James, department stores are dead. I did used to work at Nordstrom. I enjoyed my time working there, but I knew I wanted more for myself. And Nordstrom, Macy's, all those department stores are dead. Like, that's the thing. We're watching, like, back on the economy a little bit, we're watching the crumble and the collapse. And so it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it's just the reality of what's going on. So Lauren Sanchez, Vogue, Amazon. Okay, I think Amazon wants to justify replacing human labor with all technology or as much technology as possible. I think that Jeff Bezos has a vested interest in um, controlling the media around Lauren. I don't think Lauren is a woman. I don't think that's a woman. I just don't. I think that that is, you know, a he. I think that there's a reason why. Just think of the timing. Like, oh, all of a sudden, Anna Wintour is stepping down. She's still going to be a part of the magazine, but she's stepping down. Um, and then he gets married to Lauren. Kim Kardashian and Gayle King and a whole bunch of other celebrities are there. And I made that short and I told you guys it had come out that allegedly the wedding photos were not real, or, were like somehow doctored or like altered, some kind of manipulation done to the wedding photos. And so I believe what that creator is saying, but it's like if there's a need or a desire to manipulate wedding photos, then there's something to hide. And so I'm really starting to question the validity of the whole wedding, or just where they really were. I mean, they're telling us that they were in Venice, and like they're telling us all these things happened and all these people came. Just notice how like there was a lot of media put out around the wedding, and oh, Vogue is there, he's gonna buy Vogue because Lauren likes the magazine, or that's the story that's being put out. And I just feel like there's a lot of manipulation going on. I feel like he's gonna buy Vogue, or he might buy Vogue to control the narrative around Lauren. I think that Lauren has a really dirty past and present. I don't think that she is who she's telling people that she is. They want us to believe that she's a very educated and accomplished woman. I don't believe that. I believe that Lauren has been selling cooch or bus for years. I believe that she might be a beta kitten, and that Jeff is with her because she was given to him by the elites. I've already told you guys that I've noticed a pattern of people who make it to a certain level of success within the system. Thank you. I appreciate it. When people get to a certain level of success, the elites want them to get rid of somebody. And it could be family, it could be children, it could be their spouse, and it may not always be that person not being alive anymore, but they want to, like, separate, whether that's through unaliving them, whether that's through, excommunication and distance. Like yeah, she was with some other famous guys, but there is a desire to separate a person from, essentially who they started with. Oh, you're Russian. Hi. Russia's really cold, so I have no desire to go. Russia is I see how cold it gets. Mm-mm. I am I have dark skin because I'm made for the sun. No shade. I like men from all over the place, but I can't be in a cold place at all. So I would never meet a Russian man in Russia. Um, so I just, because like I was telling my mom this earlier, and I think I may have mentioned it, but in another video, but I was just saying, this reminds me of Quinta Brunson. You know what I mean? Kim and Kanye, like, because Kanye was with Alexis and then he got with Kim, and it's like because, or Amber Rose and then Kim, and it's because like there's a need to separate you from, any voice of reason or anybody that's not in with the industry who hasn't taken the oath. Like if you haven't taken the oath and the person that you're dealing with has, if you don't want to take the oath, or if you're not a part of like their plan or agenda, they need you gone. And so I feel like that's the real reason why Jeff got a divorce from Mackenzie, is I just believe that the elites wanted him to do that because of the kind, like, now he's with this maybe not woman person who has a dirty past. And I think the past involves escorting, or, you know, again, beta X kitten, or just selling box bus. Like, I just think there's something dirty. There's something really dirty about Lauren. And I really want to build upon this because maybe we could talk about your eyes. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I really wanted to build upon this, right? Because we have seen that video going around of Lauren being a bit flirtatious with Leonardo DiCaprio. And when I saw that, a lot of people were like, oh, she's tacky, she's a cheater, you can't trust her. But notice how she felt very bold to act like that, and notice how Jeff was just standing there. Okay, thank you. I don't know what your name is. It looks like Mon, but I don't know any Russian. But I appreciate you being very flattering. No, she had no shame, but with the way that she was acting and the way that Jeff was acting, it was very obvious that they're trying to tell us something, that that kind of behavior is normalized in their arrangement. I feel like Jeff, because I think that she's a beta, I feel like Jeff might lease her out to other men. Do you see what I'm saying? You are funny. I think he leases her out to other elites, because I always want to take this back to Beyonce and Cassie. Those are two people who I am aware of that are used as leverage in business deals, or that are used to complement business deals. And if you're wondering, how do I mention Beyonce in here? I always refer back to her own lyrics, in which she said on the song Upgrade You from the B-Day album, she says, when you're in the big meetings for the mills, you take me just to compliment the deal. And so she's telling you something. And then we hear about Cassie being used as, thank you. You are so nice. Mr. Russian, I really appreciate that. I think, Diddy was using Cassie to, like, for other men. And Yash Kara talked about that years ago, with how Diddy was using Cassie to lure men in, and like, oh, if you sign with me, or if you do this for me, you can like sleep with Cassie. So or she'll give you a BJ or something, like just some crazy shit, like using Cassie as a literal ex-slave for his own endeavors and agendas. So I feel like Lauren is being used the same way. I mean, Jeff Bezos knows a bunch of rich businessmen, and a lot of these guys like freaky stuff, right? Or a lot of these dudes like freaky stuff, or they like, you know, they're weirdos, right? So it would totally make sense, because a lot of people have peeped that, yes, the Russian guy is hilarious, but he's sweet, and I appreciate him being here. I think he's not being inappropriate. Y'all know I've had some weirdos. Do I still listen? I still, every now and again, I like, yeah, we were talking about Martin Luther King. Do you listen to Yash Kara? I still listen sometimes, not as much. I think he's still active, but he's hard to get access to. Like, when I hear him talking now, he talks about like Fire Stick, Roku, like, he's harder to get content from. So if I listen to him, I might look for like his old content. I end up coming across some of his older content on, I think, BitChute or Rumble, something like that. I ended up coming across like a bunch of like his old documentaries, which was a blessing, because a lot of that stuff has been taken down. Majority of it has been taken down from YouTube. And if it's not taken down, it's hidden Very, very hidden. Yash Karat is a person from the truther community who exposed many, many things about the industry years ago. Like, I'm talking about over a decade ago. He has been in the know exposing stuff for years. So he's a great person to, find more information, about if you like this kind of stuff. Um, but I think Lauren is not a woman, and I think that because it's not a woman, she makes the perfect, again, person to lease out, because a lot of these guys are freaked out, and they like that. They wanna mess with their root chakra, but they want it to look like a woman. Like, and that is the Baphomet agenda of this all, is to, again, solve and coagula, like this mix of like male and female, these chicks with sticks. And it just creates deception, because in the mind, and mental mind control, because you go from messing with men to that look like men to messing with men that look like women, and that can really distort your perception and your, reality, and just how you interact with life and people. Like, if you end up too freaked out. And so I just feel like, yes, right. And I realized that, like Barbara Bush, that's not who we think it is. And I don't think Lauren is a she. And I think that, thank you. I don't think Lauren is a she. And I think that they want to buy Vogue to cover up that it's a she. And I mentioned that because I had told you guys on the short, there's a reason why Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post. He has a vested interest in controlling narratives and controlling images and controlling the media. And so with Vogue, especially because I think that this person is a man, it's a great way to continue to push negative agendas onto women. Vogue is for women. And so if you have a man that owns the magazine, or men that own and run the magazine, then, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to confuse women, because that's what's been going on. There's been a lot of, again, feminized men or masculine women who are put in particular places to manipulate and mind control, or like program people to make them, believe certain things, or to give them a certain ideology or things of that nature. So what the fuck is this? I don't know. Okay, this looks weird. Um, because a lot of them are freaked out. A lot of the men, hey Blossom, a lot of the, celebs are like freaked out. If you're coming to Russia, all magazine, thank you. I'm telling you, Russia's cold. Come to the US. So I think there's a narrative, or there's an agenda to have a man at the head of Vogue. And I think part of it is to hey Kara. They keep saying, hi Toasty, thank you. You guys are so sweet. I'm up here in a headscarf and y'all are just like being so nice to me. I did do my hair today, and I'm trying to keep it done. That's why I have a scarf on, because my hair doesn't take too much time, but it's curly, and so like I'm gonna have to, like, I have to make it straight, and so now that it's done, it's in a wrap. Oh, people keep saying that Megan Thee Stallion is not a woman. You guys, I don't know. It looks like a woman to me. And I don't like to talk I don't like to talk about this, because YouTube in every platform is very strict when exposing, the truth about, how people are born or who they're born as. But you know, like it comes up. It keeps coming up because there's truth to it. Not everyone is lying. Not everyone is blind. People keep the conversation, as much as social media wants to silence the conversation that some of these people are not men, some of them are not women. The conversation keeps coming up because there's truth to it. There has to be. And people are continuing to prove it. Not only that, there's a huge journalist, cough, cough, Candace Owens. There's a huge journalist with a big platform who's legit, trusted, educated, reputation, who continues to expose that some of these people are not who they claim to be. Like, she's getting sued because she's exposing Bridget Macron. That's a fucking man, allegedly. I go by T. My name starts with a T. I'm your host, T, from Woke Pop Culture. Right. I think Megan is a woman. I think she's just tall. It is what it is. But I do think that her name, like, there's just something to the fact that Roc Nation signed Megan Thee Stallion and Ken the Man. There's something more to that. And I believe that Beyonce and Jay-Z are making those kinds of moves because they're in with the Blue Party, and the Blue Party pushes, transforming at a very young age. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, there's a deep agenda with PDF files, the rainbow community, gender swapping, transforming, the medical community who is doing these procedures and selling these drugs. Like, no, my name is not Gloria. My name starts with the letter T. I believe that too, Blossom. I do. I'm glad that you said something. You know what made me think that blue is blue? Because her jaw is strong. I do. There's something weird with her. Blue is, here's the thing. And I'm not here to talk about people's kids. I think that there's something strange with Blue. I think there's something strange with the other two, the twins. I think there's something strange with Holly Bailey's kid. Okay. Mr. Russian man, I was trying to say not deleteria, like just the letter T, like just T. I don't give away my government name on these platforms. Okay, I know Macron. You know Macron? Bridget Macron? What are you talking about? Her and Lawyer got similar facials. What do you mean? Laura? You talking about Lauren? Lauren Sanchez? Hi, Shan W. Welcome in. Good to see you. A lot of these people's kids look weird. I think, again, there's so much DNA and that's being altered or messed with, and then, oh, okay, I see what you mean. But I think that there's a lot of, again, like DNA manipulation. I think there's a lot of, because from what I'm to understand, a lot of these celebrities and or their children are being altered in the womb. Like, they're not just given drugs and procedures when they grow up. It's happening in the womb. I'm hearing about bone shaving, or like some kind of way to like manipulate the bone structure so that the bones are not as big as a woman's. Dasha, that's a cute name. I like Dasha. They're being physically altered. They're being like genetically manipulated in the womb. So before the child's even born, they've already been, again, altered. And I believe that because there is a trend of like, I was just on social media and I saw this guy who is so slim and like his bone structure. I was like, his body looks feminine. You know what I mean? I was like, how's like, and there's a rise in like all of these. Oh, thank you. Um, Kind of like bone manufacturing, but I just want to say like they're giving shots or like they're doing something in utero to manipulate the bone structure. Um, and I believe it because I'm telling you, yes, that's what I'm saying. I believe it because, yes, Kara, because Kanye did say that Elon Musk was made in a lab. And that's why I posted on my post here on YouTube. Somebody on TikTok was saying that Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, and a lot of other celebrities are made in labs, which I believe. We're talking about political a little bit. But I do think that the blue agenda, or the blue party, has an agenda to, um, they have an agenda when it comes to children, which is why they're pushing, again, extortions, aka ending someone's life before birth. They're pushing that. They're pushing gender swapping. They're pushing transforming at a young age. They have like all of these agendas around birth, childbirth, humanity, like all these things, gender, sexuality. That's what that party really pushes. Yes, Blossom, I do believe that these people are all born with like the same doctor. I mean, they've been talking about that again in Rosemary's Baby, in American Horror Story Delicate, with how one doctor will deliver babies for a particular group of people, and it's because all those people are in with the program. So I believe, long story short, I believe that Jeff Bezos has an agenda to manipulate women into following a man's advice for image and fashion and beauty. And he plans on doing that through Lauren Sanchez, who I believe is not a woman. And I believe, I don't have any kids. And I believe that that may be why he even married Lauren, because I did not expect, right, Magic Johnson's son is strange too. I did not believe the Smiths, Will Smith's kids are also strange. I do believe that the marriage is an arrangement, a business arrangement. I'm single. I'm single, Mr. Russian. Um, I believe that the marriage is an arrangement that's done by design. I believe that the elite, because I didn't think he was going to marry her. I didn't think they were going to get married. I thought they were going to be engaged forever, or just boyfriend and girlfriend forever. But I believe that he had to marry her because it's business on the line. It's money on the line. I believe that, again, he knows that she's a he, and that she was given to him by the elites. I believe she's a freaked out train station, and he uses her to sell her to other powerful men that have a kink for train stations, and that they want to continue to further that agenda. They have an agenda that they want to push, and that agenda is gender confusion, or gender and personal identity confusion. And that because Lauren has a dirty background, Jeff is also seeking to own Vogue, to change that narrative or to cover up some of her dirty background. He wants to hide. He wants to hide that and keep her secrets, because somebody's got to have real tea about her. I think beautiful women are usually single because we have options. Thank you. You are so kind. Okay, let's move on to Krishan, because I have heard, I want to just further that because somebody said that Krishan Rock is transitioning. I don't know about that. I don't keep up with Krishan. Nothing would surprise me if she were to be transitioning. It's because the elites want her to, and why would they want her to transition to push an agenda? She clearly has people behind her that push her onto the blogs. There's somebody that has money that's not Krishan that is paying blogs to post her. Somebody is funding her career. Somebody is behind her popularity. And if Krishan, which is the whole reason why I believe she's sacrificing her son, and they're doing it publicly. And there's a lot of conversation that Krishan's real father is a Baltimore politician, which I believe. It would make perfect sense, especially with the way that she's treating her son. It would make sense that her father, thank you, I believe, Krishan? Last time I heard, you saying Krishan became saved? Please, Linda, I need to know, because Krishan is far from saved. But I believe that, again, I just talked to you guys about, like, you don't have to be black. You are so funny. I appreciate how you are very persistent. I think that her father is a politician. There's that whole situation in the DMV area as it pertains to pizza and underground tunnels and children that go missing. And so when she is from Baltimore, right? And so it's like, and now she's had what, like several extortions before she decided to go through with having Junior. And so when it comes to Krishan, if her real father is a politician, with all that she has going on, and then I know I'm onto something because Blueface. I did a video about this well over a year ago. I told you guys, I said, don't you find it interesting how, when do I have a plug in here? I don't think I do. But I told you guys, right? I said, don't you find it strange how Blueface and Sexy Red, I'm sorry, I'm reading what you guys are saying. Blueface and Sexy Red, right? I told you guys that Blueface was representing the Democratic Party, in my opinion, and that Sexy Red was pushing the Republican Party, the Red Party. And so I felt like that is why, both of them have been prompted up so much. And that's why I did the decode, and it was showing you, don't you see how both sides had a kid? Sexy Red had a baby. Drake was there, or Drake was, parlaying like he's a rich baby daddy. And then we have Blueface, who has like a bunch of kids, and Blueface has signed Jaden and Krishan to a record deal. They're both signed to him. I keep telling you guys, the music industry is an MLM, and Blueface is a rapper. I appreciate you offering to cook, but Blueface is a rapper here. What are you guys saying? Blueface has no soul. He doesn't have a soul. I think he's in jail getting duplicated. Somebody here was saying, can you talk about cloning? I told you earlier, but just in case you're still here, I think that Blueface is away in jail getting duplicated. I think Young Thug was in jail getting duplicated. I think Tory Lanez is in jail getting duplicated. Gucci Mane, I believe that he was in jail getting duplicated. I've talked about that more on the podcast. I said, look, I'm noticing that certain people, no. I'm gonna go deeper. I told you guys that I think that the fashion community are the ones behind all the cloning. With Gucci Mane, with Gunna, with Young Thug, with Lil Wayne, you know, NLE Choppa, NBA YoungBoy, the Island Boys, Kodak Black, T.I. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on of rappers who've gone to jail. First of all, rappers keep going to jail. I don't know who that is. Ronnie Radke? I don't know who that is. But there is an agenda to send rappers to jail because it sends the signal that going to jail is a rite of passage as a black man. But on another note, they're going to jail to get cloned. I also think that, and so was Nelson Mandela. He was in jail too. You're bringing up some good points, Mr. Russian. I think that the prison industrial complex is all about extracting people's energy. I think it's about feminizing men. And I think it's about really extracting your energy. Somebody said that when a judge gives you multiple life sentences, it's a way that they like trap you in like the Matrix, or like trap you for several lifetimes. Like they know that you're not gonna like live that whole time, but it's a way that they like bind your energy or something like that. Like it's a spiritual thing, and I believe that. I believe that because it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you give somebody more time than what they can serve? You know what I mean? And with what I know about law and the justice system and the law and the legal system and in the field of law are very occult. You know what I mean? Sydney Sweeney, I've been hearing about her talking about like the blue jeans and stuff like that. Mr. Russian, I am legal. Thank you, Kieran. Y'all are so sweet tonight. I'm legal. I'm older than what I look. So I think that there is definitely a reason why people get like several life sentences. There's definitely something occult with that. But I say all that to say, there's a reason why these rappers keep somehow going to jail. I've repeatedly said this. These people have security, they have an entourage, they have managers and agents. They have no reason to be going to jail. They have to actually do work. They have to actually go to meetings and record and be places and stuff like that. They don't just have free time to gangbang. So if you're a rapper and you want me to believe that you're still gangbanging and you end up in jail, it's just giving that you going over there to get cloned. That's what I believe. Because they all come out of jail weird. But we know that even men in our everyday lives who go to jail don't come out how they go in. But these guys come out, oh, Bobby Shmurda, how could I forget? But these guys come out extra strange. And after months of not making music, the industry like, you know, puts money into them to like put them back into the public eye, which is by design. So there's a lot going on there. I'm just saying gangbang. Well, no. I didn't say I'm saying like the rappers, they don't have time to, you know, do street activities. They have real work to do. But the pretend gang banging ends them up in pretend jail. Okay. So I just believe that Blueface is somewhere getting cloned. And I believe that Krishan and Blueface and the mom, Carlissa, I talked about T.I. And I said T.I. is another one who went to jail. And, you know, he doesn't seem too strange, but everything ain't all good with T.I. But he's another one who went to jail. I believe that, again, everybody, I think, I want to take it deeper. Again, there's something going on even with Blueface's mom. There's a reason why she's always making content. There's a reason why she's pushed through the algorithm. She's not who they want us to believe that she is. Krishan is not who they want us to believe that she is. She's, in my opinion, a lot more highly connected than they're telling us. And I believe that her and Blueface and Carlissa and everybody else is, because here's how I know I'm right. I know I'm right because, um, hi, you miss me? Thank you. I miss you guys too. I'm really happy to be back. It feels good. I did make a podcast episode, if you haven't heard it. um, Hi, living the life. Hi, you guys. Um, I believe. I'm so sorry. I lost my train of thought. More often, I did a poll. I did a poll on Instagram today, and I asked people like what days did they want me to go live. I plan on going live twice a week. The podcast is on. I don't have Telegram. The podcast is on everywhere. It's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's under the same name, Woke Pop Culture. I always tell you guys, go to my website. You can get access to everything there. And in the descriptions of all my videos are links to the podcast. The judge denied his appeal. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Thank you, Kant. I remember you too. I'm very honored. I'm so happy that I make your day better. And I apologize for not being here more often. Yeah, the reason why I haven't been here, I've been on TikTok making shorts. I've been on Instagram making shorts, and I've been on here posting them. Like, you guys, I'm not off the map completely. I'm not making content as much as I was because YouTube is not pushing my content. But TikTok and Instagram are. So I've been on those platforms making what's working. Short form videos are working. It's helping me build an audience, and like I have more people here tonight than I do on the average night. You know what I mean? Like I like YouTube, but YouTube's algorithm isn't that great. I don't know if you have no, it's no issue. I mean, I've continued to grow on here, but they're just not pushing my videos. Whereas when I'm on another platform, when I'm on other platforms, they push my videos. And so I've been going where I'm celebrated. I enjoy the YouTube platform, which is why I stayed on YouTube for so long and I gave it so much of my time. Now I'm happy to be back. Um, I like Okay, Mr. Russian, you are so nice. I like anything that is luxurious. Um, but I'm still out here. Like, okay, you guys, I've been posting shorts. I've been posting posts. I've been making posts. Like, I'm not like completely off the map. And I feel like if you're on YouTube, you're probably on Instagram. So if you're here and you can hear my voice, please, if you have an Instagram that you are actively using, check me out on Instagram. Thank you, Kant. You're so kind. Please check me out on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at Woke Pop Culture. I'm on there. I'm doing what I can. I'm definitely working, and I only plan on working more. Okay, good. That's really, thank you, Kara. I'm glad because I've been working. I'm not just doing nothing. I'm just not, I still go live. I just don't go live here. I've been going live on Insta. TikTok, I even cooled off with TikTok because TikTok is really, really strict. And so when I go live, they're always like, it's always a problem. So YouTube and TikTok, thank you. YouTube and TikTok are great platforms to go live on. I feel like Instagram is better for reels or for short form content, but Instagram is the best when it comes to censorship. Either way, I'm happy to be back. Go check out the podcast, go check out the website, go check out the Instagram. All of those links are on the website. I don't have a Telegram. I wish they could arrest Jay-Z. Thank you, Dion. They was doing too much. Look. I know the Jay-Z thing is weird, but I told you guys, I said that Rymir would be their downfall. Now, I may have spoken too soon, but I just feel like that situation is, getting hot. And people are looking at Jay-Z like you're really guilty. And I do think he's super guilty. I mean, he's bluffing for a reason. That guy looks just like him. There's something more to that story. Because even if Jay-Z is not that guy's father, that man is keeps coming up for a reason. And Jay-Z keeps dodging him for a reason. There's something more to that story. And I do believe that Jay-Z is his father because he does look like Jay-Z. Let me see. I was talking about Krishan. We're getting off topic. Sorry. I think that yes, Democratic Party, the son is at spice, and if Krishan is transitioning, it's because they want to push the Baphomet agenda. Boom, I said it. And influence kids. Long talk to say that. Sorry, you guys, but we're just here chilling. And yeah, I think motherfuckers is cloned. Let's go ahead and get into Yaya, Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I briefly touched on it. I don't know if it's true. Again, I don't follow her. So I can't say, I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know why people are saying, oh, I don't know anything. I don't follow Krishan. I don't like Krishan or Blueface or Carlissa or Jay. I don't fuck with them people. So I don't know what they say or what they do. I don't follow them. I get bits and pieces of the things that go viral, but I don't actively keep up with them. Y'all know that. You don't see me constantly making shorts about Blueface and Krishan. Fuck Blueface and Krishan. They're fucking bums. But I don't know why people are saying she's transitioning. Angela Davis, I think so. It sounds familiar. Angela Davis sounds very familiar. I do think that she's pregnant again. I'm about to get on that. But what I'm saying is, I don't know why people are saying Krishan's transitioning. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know what they have seen or heard that makes them believe that Krishan is transitioning. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm saying if there is any truth to it, she's doing it because the elites told her to do it, and they told her to do it to push an agenda on you. When it comes to Yaya, I'm starting to believe that there's something more to her story. Angela Davis in jail? Oh, okay. I do believe NBA YoungBoy is cloned. Thank you. It doesn't make sense. I don't know where that's coming from. I do believe that, Kara. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Russian. Okay, so I told you guys, hi from Romania. I have a Russian here. I think y'all are somewhat close to each other, but I don't know the map like that. Like Europe. Okay, well, like Europe is close by Russia. Look, I'm American. Thank you. Thank you, Addie. Thank you. I'm American, babe. I don't know that much about geography. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay. So I told you guys that I believe that NBA YoungBoy is being DNA harvested, just like Nick Cannon. I believe that sometimes when we see rappers and athletes, or just black men in particular, okay, Kara, I'm so glad you said that, because we're going to tie that into Dion and LeVar. So I've been hearing that, I'm trying to figure people are talking. You need to go to Europe. Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I'm trying to regain thought. NBA YoungBoy, I think he's cloned. I think that when we see black athletes or entertainers have all of these children, it's because, like, Future is another one. I think that they do that because they are DNA harvesting them. That's what I think. They might be taking red juice from them too, but I think that they're really just doing it for DNA. With Yaya being pregnant again, it made me look at Floyd. You know, Floyd is an athlete, right? Floyd is an athlete. And Kara, I'm so glad you said what you said. Thank you, Mr. Russian. I'm glad you said what you said because I feel like, okay, Floyd is an athlete. NBA YoungBoy, he has the words in, or the letters NBA in the name. What's her name? Clarissa is an athlete. She's talking about having a baby by Papoose. And then she comes out with the blonde wig and the outfit channeling Beyonce. It is giving, the industry told her, you know, we need you to have a kid. I think I told you guys, I think the whole relationship with her and Papoose is fake and that he's helping to initiate her. But nerdy, I think that somebody is behind Nick Cannon's antics because he started having all these kids after that situation happened with the Ooish people. Right. Y'all are on it, yes, because think about it, right? Yes, I did see Squid Games. Dion and his family. Okay, hold on. Peep how they're pushing sports. They're pushing, yes, because Angel Reese with her podcast. Who else? You know, Angel Reese had female rappers on her podcast. What's the other one? Brittany Griner. She's now getting publicity. The white girl, Caitlin Clark. She's another one getting a lot of publicity. You know, yes, Deion Sanders and his sons, publicity. You know, what's his name? LeVar Ball and his boys, publicity. So there is something here with athletes, children, and the media and sacrifice. Like there's something to it. I keep telling y'all, I don't think it's by accident that the movie Him is coming out this year. Yes, thank you, Anthony Edwards. Y'all are on it. And doesn't Aisha have a baby by him and Lil Baby? Right, Deanna and Carucci. Sha'Carri just got arrested. Like there's something going on with athletes. And notice how I'm saying like people with babies or relationships or drama. Like Anthony Edwards has a bunch of babies. NBA YoungBoy, a bunch of babies. You know what I mean? Like there just seems to be some kind of DNA extraction going on. I think Nick Cannon is sick. Doesn't he have lupus? Somebody said that Nick Cannon is sick. Yes, Megan and Klay Thompson. Thank you. Thank y'all. Because it's so many. It's hard to keep up. And I told y'all, even with Megan, I think Megan is cloned. She's strange. Something with her is not all the way right. I mean, but Megan's a lying-ass bitch. Okay, Megan is saying that she has... No, excuse me. Nick Cannon is saying that he has lupus. Glorilla is dating an athlete. Normani, athlete. Isn't Coco Jones with an athlete? And they all met these guys through like Sierra and Russell and like, you know, it's like there's some, bro, is right, right, yes. I cannot sing. My voice is meant for talking. I should not be singing at all. Megan and Klay low-key. Okay. I do think that Megan and Klay are low-key cute. They're just not believable. And that's what's killing it for me because I know it's not real. I know it's not authentic. I know it's not real because when you really are loving someone and enjoying their time and their company, you don't spend the whole time on the phone. Like, and if you do take photos and videos and stuff like that, you don't want to expose everything to the world. Like when you love somebody, you do want to, tell people that you love them and you want to share your joy. But when you're live streaming and when you're like, you know what I'm saying, it's giving performative. Performative. So, no. And I know that there's more to this because Sha'Carri had that incident with the weed, and then all of a sudden she gets a Beats deal. What, Apple and Beats? Like, it was obvious. And then all these celebrities start like, it's so obvious. Yes, Mr. Russian, we did mention Coco Jones because she's also now dating an athlete. There's something more to it. And I'm glad you guys brought up again Anthony Edwards and then Glorilla. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something going on with athletes this year. I want to make it short when I get off about that. Okay. I also, sorry you guys, I wanted to double back. When I was talking about Lauren Sanchez not being a woman, I also wanted to say Dr. Dre's, I think it's his ex-wife now, but whatever she was, one of his wives with the strong face, I don't think that's a woman neither. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of these guys who are freaked out, who are like with these train stations. Okay. I already told you guys, I believe Dion and LeVar are making sacrifices for their kids. They have to give up something. And I think Kara was mentioning the DNA thing. Or like, just people are saying that athletes are not that great anymore. And somebody on my TikTok said that, yeah, Terry Crews, there are a lot of, like, their wives, but that's what what's his name was saying. Cat Williams, where he's like, they give you a weird face, light-skinned wife. And he was trying to tell you, they give you a man. It's the dude. I believe that they want DNA from these black athletes because if athletes are not as good as they used to be, because many of them are what? Mixed. Most of the athletes, especially in the NBA, most of them are mixed. And people have talked about LeVar Ball's sons and how they easily get injured. People are like, they're good players, but they're made of glass. They're always injured, and that's true. Lonzo was injured for a while, and Melo, you know, he gets injured too. He's not always injured, but yes, Dion has been having some health problems. I just feel like the timing. I feel like the timing with Dion and then his sons and then LeVar and his sons are interesting. Again, these are older men who have been very, especially with Dion. Let's talk about it. Dion. I have a Dion here. With Mr. Sanders, Dion didn't he play like 3 sports professionally? Like, he is one of the greatest athletes of all time. And he definitely wore his body out. So I do believe a lot of his health ailments are legit. But I do feel like randomly having bladder cancer, we never saw you take any downtime. Your sons, who you are around all the time, didn't know. It just comes off like bullshit. And I'm just gonna say it, and that's just how I feel. I just feel like there's a reason why he's pushing that narrative. And somebody says it's because he's hoping that his son doesn't get cut. That his son Shadur, I believe. And I don't know about all that. I just believe that, you know, again, sacrifices must be made. And I do believe that they want blood and body parts because they do want DNA. Once they have your blood, they are able to, you know, run wild with your DNA. And I do believe that they want to make, if they're not already doing so, make athletes in labs. I mean, if they're making pop stars in labs, then they might want to make DNA players in labs. I mean, these people have a vested interest in doing so. LeBron's son, something is weird with him too. When his heart stopped, I was like, this is demonic. This is demonic. Tyreek Hill, I don't know Tyreek Hill like that. I don't really follow sports. I'm a lady, so I don't just be watching basketball and football and shit. But thank you for adding that, living the life. I appreciate it because I didn't know. But it's been some weird shit going on with athletes, and I just will continue to say, with the movie him coming out and all of these messages or all of this stuff going on with athletes, it's just giving there's something greater coming, or just a greater agenda being pushed. Okay, yeah, Sha'Carri, her getting arrested is bullshit. Glorilla getting caught with drugs or something like that, more bullshit. And her dating an athlete is bullshit. Getting on to Glorilla. Okay, hold on. When it comes to Yaya having another baby, I just think that NBA YoungBoy, he just might need the DNA. I don't know. Some part of me is like, maybe her father has her as like a beta kitten, but I don't believe that. I don't think Floyd is using his daughter as a beta kitten. I think maybe NBA YoungBoy just needed some DNA, and Yaya is somebody who could do it for him. Hey, Micah. Hi, fucking NBA YoungBoy. I think he has a quota to fill. Right, yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, thank you, living the life. You have to get arrested in DUIs and felonies and go to jail because they don't want you to leave. And that's why I always tell you guys, the reason why I'm able to like do what I kind of want to do when it comes to jobs is because I have a clean background check. That helps a ton. I wonder if the gender is similar to Nick's. Might be. Okay. Let's talk about that real quick. I think that Nick Cannon says he has lupus. He might have lupus. It might be something else. But I do believe that he's having. That's true. Damn. Thank you, Blossom. I do believe that he's having the children because he needs DNA from them, or he needs like organs or like blood from them. I think that there's a deeper reason why he's having all these kids. I do find it strange when Justin Timberlake said he had Lyme disease. You know, it's not like a blood disease. I think people will tell you that they have a disease, but they really have something else. I'm gonna leave it at that. There's a lot of freak offs going on around Hollywood, and I've already told you guys there's never a mention about condoms at these parties. And if it's a bunch of just people freaking off with men, women, animals, allegedly youngsters, only God knows who's getting what. Even Elon, right? Elon is another one. He's DNA harvesting, and isn't he trying to merge humans and computers? I believe that he's using the children as test subjects. He's got to test it out, and there's only so many people. Like, you have to do a lot of testing to get what he's trying to do right. He's got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to put a chip in someone's brain, there are a lot of thank you, Mr. Russian. I believe that there are a lot of tests that have to be ran, a lot of research that has to be done, and a lot of people aren't going to just sign up for you to dig into their brain and put something foreign in there that hasn't been tried, tested, and proven. And most of Elon's kids, we've never seen them or their moms. And there's a reason why he doesn't name them real names. I think that he's using the children to run Neuralink trials on. Okay. And I believe that, again, Nick Cannon, whether it's lupus or not, I think that he does have a health problem. He looks sick, and that he might need a DNA match or a blood match or an organ match. Like, you guys, it gets dark and ugly. This is just what I believe, all allegedly. Glorilla. Glorilla has a deal with Checkers. They say she used to work there. I do believe that she used to work there. I just believe that, again, Glorilla has never just been your average ghetto girl from Memphis. I believe Glorilla is highly connected. I believe that I think her parents are Jehovah's Witness, and I believe that her parents might be a part of a lodge or a secret order, and that Glorilla is their sacrifice. I think that Glorilla, again, was promised long before she became famous. I think it's interesting to me how Glorilla is doing a collab or getting an endorsement by a fast food company, like a lot of other celebrities have gotten fast food deals. And It happens to be checkers. You know what I mean? And they have the black and white chessboard as their logo, and they have the black, white, and the red, which are colors of OTO, also known as the Lima, which is a satanic religion founded by occultist Aleister Crowley. And with Glorilla, if you think about it, right? Like what do they say? Oh, she's not playing chess, it's checkers, it's chess. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like checkers, chess, the game, the chessboard. She has a chess tattoo, right? Yes, that's what I'm about to get on, living the life. She has that black and white chessboard tattooed on her. And I told you guys, but see, Kara, I made a video saying that Angel Reese was dead ass wrong for doing that collab with McDonald's because she's an athlete. And people were like, you hating, you hating. I'm not hating on her. This woman is in the WNBA. She is a professional athlete by trade. Her job is to be athletic. But you want me to believe that she's performing at her highest off of a fucking quarter pounder with barbecue sauce? Get the fuck out of here. Please stop. And so I think that Glorilla and Megan Thee Stallion, who also had a fast food collab, I believe that celebrities, any celebrity that you see with the fast food collab, I think that they're doing that because they're pushing Soylent Green. I do believe that some people who go missing end up in our food. I do believe that a lot of the fast food is fake. I do believe that we are eating cloned cows and chickens loaded with chemicals, microplastics, and maybe people. And I believe that that's what they're feeding people for the cheap. And I believe that they get celebrities or cartoons or movies or TV shows to push it on you to make it seem like it's cool to eat. We all know that fast food is bad for us. But if they get you know what I'm saying? Like just pop culture to make it seem like it's cool and it's okay and it's actually fun to do and it's enjoyable to do, then people will eat that bullshit. Speaking of how or some athletes famous, it's like Angel came out of nowhere and then the CC, right? Because like these people take deals before they become famous. And so it's just a matter of time. Once they make that deal, they do the work and then it's just a matter of time. So yeah, Glorilla, she's pushing fucking slop onto the public. And then I wanted to end with Mariah the Scientist and Kali Uchis. The DNA is only in the meat. I mean, there's a lot of hormones in dairy too. Think about it. Milk. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, a lot of this, like, there's the food here is so awful. I have had, my health is so much better once I stopped eating gluten. And I don't eat that much dairy anymore neither. But gluten really, really, really sets me off. Really. Like, I don't eat gluten anymore. I don't ever want to go back to eating bread and gluten. It really, like, makes me feel very bad. I want to get on Mariah the Scientist and Kali Uchis. Look, Mariah the Scientist, in my opinion, was being initiated by Young Thug. Good night, Mr. Russian. Mr. Russian, I hope you find me on Instagram. I don't know if you have Instagram, but find me on Instagram or find me on, you know, TikTok or something. I'm out here. Why would a billionaire be interested in controlling food? To control people. We gotta eat. If people can't eat, they go crazy. If they can't eat, they'll harm each other. What you eat controls you. You are what you eat. If you eat a bunch of fake ass food, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have acne. You're gonna have PCOS. You're gonna be sluggish and tired, and you're not gonna be your best self. Health is wealth. If I take away good quality food, you will be poor internally, poor health, which will keep you getting vaccinated, which will keep you, you know, it'll affect the children when they're born. They'll have ADHD and autism and mental disorders and emotional disorders and mood disorders. And then we can push them more vaccines and more prescriptions and more diagnoses. And like, it's a dirty capitalistic game. What I wanted to say is, again, I think Mariah the Scientist was initiated by Young Thug. I believe that Young, I believe that it's working to an extent because the song Burning Blue is doing pretty decent. People like it. And then all of a sudden, she is doing a song with Kali Uchis. I'm just saying, like, Kali Uchis is a big artist. She makes great music, by the way. I think Kali Uchis has already kind of like given a couple of signs and symbols that, again, she's down with the industry. I mean, she is in a relationship with Don Toliver, who was signed to Travis Scott. And I just think Mariah the Scientist clearly had to do the ritual with Young Thug. She had to hold him down while he was in jail. She had to get on camera and talk about some daddy, am I your baby? Humiliation ritual. Humiliation. He's continued to embarrass her because that is a part of the ritual. And now look at her. She's getting collabs. She's, got a song doing well. So he has to embarrass her. She has to hold him down. They have to push the agenda. It's a fake relationship for her to get initiated and for her to rise. With Young Thug helping to initiate her and going to jail, he rises. So it's typical industry shit. You help me, I help you. I don't know what else to tell you. I had a great time here tonight, you guys. I really, really did. I'm so excited that we did this and that we were able to have a great show. And I plan on continuing to come back and give you shows. I am just going to get to work. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. But I really had fun. Again, links in the description. This will be available for replay. And you guys know where to find me. I'm on social media. I'm on my website. If you want to find me and talk to me, you can. Find the website. Hi, Robert. I remember you. We want more. You will get more. I have a real life. And I've been on other platforms, but I'm excited to be back over here, and I will come back over here and give you guys more content. I fully plan on supplying the demand. I really, again, had a great time tonight. I appreciate you guys. It's good to see you all again. I'm glad that you guys are alive and well. When I make short form content, I don't have a Patreon. Not that I'm using, but I do have... when I make shorts, when I make reels or short form videos, I do post that to every platform. I post it sometimes to the website, but I post it to YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram every time. I love you all. Have a great night. Come find me somewhere, but I'll be back as well.